Even the most serious Western enthusiast will admit that there was a great deal of humor in the Old West. An indication of this is the manner in which audiences have taken to such pictures as Cat Ballou and the Hallelujah Trail. Now a new and more audacious Western comedy gallops across the screen in Universal Pictures, Texas Across the River. And sitting just across the table are four of the fine stars from that picture: Dean Martin, Joey Bishop, Rosemary Forsyth, and Alain Delon. Joey Bishop actually rides a horse for this one. Is this the first accomplishment in the saddle for you, Joey?
No, it is not a new accomplishment. I rode a horse in Sergeant's 3. I rode a horse many years ago when my mother and father owned a castle in England.
What kind of a horse do you ride in Texas Across the River?
My horse is a three-quarter horse that'll outrace any racehorse in this country.
You actually ride him?
Well, I had a choice of carrying him or riding him, and I chose to ride him. Of course you ride him, and you just hope that, I've had a bad back for some time, and that's the worst thing in the world, is to get on a horse. It's all right if they're in a full gallop, or if they're walking, but when they start that little bit of a lope, where they don't hit on all fours, you feel it. My horse ran away with me one day here. They sent 2 wranglers out to get me. Nothing I could do to hold him back either. Some guy just shot a rifle off very close to him, and it spooked him, and off he went.
Alain Delon also rode a horse in the picture. And Joey, you said jokingly, of course, that you rode horses at your parents' castle in England. And I wonder if Frenchmen are horsemen too, Alain.
You're not the first one who asked me, but does Frenchmen ride horse, or do they have horses there? Well, it's a country like another one. We have horses, we have cow, we have bull, and we ride horses.
Do you like the city better than the country?
No, I'm a countryman. I can't stand town more than 1 month, and as soon as I can, I go to the country, and that's why I ride a horse, go around with my dogs and so forth.
Well, you're known to do a lot of your own action scenes, I know, Alain. Isn't this kind of risky?
Well, it's not because it's important. It's sort of personal pride, which sometimes is personal foolishness. But I just like it, and I can't stand, I know it's their job and not my job to do it, but I hardly can stand anybody doing something for myself if really I can't make it. So that's why many times we had sort of a little fight with the producers, because they didn't want me to do it, of course, for the insurance, and if I get in an accident, the picture got stopped.
How'd you feel about doing an American Western?
Oh, I am so glad. It was one of my youth dreams to do an American Western, which I thought was almost impossible, first of all, about my accent and the country I'm coming from. But finally I got one where I play in a Spaniard, and as it's not a drama, it's a comedy, it's easy for me, and that's the explanation why I'm in it. And I'm so happy about that picture.
I don't think I have to ask Dean Martin what he likes doing. He seems to enjoy everything he's involved in, whether it's motion pictures, highly successful TV show, nightclub performances, or recording. But I will ask him what kind of role he prefers in motion pictures.
Well, to tell the truth, on the screen, I'd much rather do a Western than any other picture, because that's all outdoor, and believe it or not, I'm an outdoor man. I'm always on a horse or on a golf course or swimming. And I just love outdoors, and that's why I love Westerns better than anything.
Well, from time to time on television and motion pictures, I've noticed your agility with firearms. You handle them like an expert. Where did you learn this?
Well, since my little boy Dino was only about 5 years old, he started a gun collection, and I started helping collecting guns. And, of course, when you handle guns every evening or every afternoon with your boy, you learn to handle them sort of like an expert, and that's how I became fond of guns, and I love to handle them, and I always inquire about different kinds of guns, and he now has a great collection of guns, and I play with him almost every night. Any time I do go into his room, he's always handling a gun, and I think every bit there is to know about a gun.
Rosemary Forsyth's performance in Texas Across the River is compared favorably to Carole Lombard and Shirley MacLaine. Rosemary, are you planning to do more comedy now that you've been compared to these two great ladies of comedy?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you, I would like to just do comedy and kind of forget at the moment about very dramatic roles and things like that, because I started as a comedian in New York on the stage and also on television, and I enjoy it. I really do. It's fun, and I guess I kind of have a innate comic timing.
Well, Rosemary, you're sitting with two people who are known for their comedic timing, Joey Bishop and Dean Martin. It must have been difficult keeping from breaking up when you had scenes with them, right?
So many times we often had trouble kind of doing the scenes, straight and getting through them because it was so funny. We'd laugh at it.
What about love scenes, Rosemary? Do you have any in this picture?
Yes, well, most of my love scenes are with Dean Martin, and I have maybe one with Alain Delon. What do you want me to say? I have most of them with Dean Martin and one with Alain Delon.
What about you, Joy? Do you have any love scenes?
I had quite a few love scenes in the picture. The embarrassing thing was that there were no cameras going at the time.
Joy, now that Texas Across the River is in release, what's your appraisal of it, frankly?
If you're looking for a picture with a story that will hold you on the end of your seat, then you're making a big mistake. But if you're looking for a spoof on the cowboy Indian picture, I think you'll find it in this. And I think Dean is perfect as Sam Hollis, because that's almost Dean in his real way of living.
Well, Texas Across the River, across the United States, promises a delightful and entertaining fare. And I want to thank the stars of the Universal picture, Dean Martin, Joey Bishop, Rosemary Forsyth, and Alain Delon, for being our guest. This has been Dick Strout reporting from Hollywood, returning you to our main studios.